Good morning, I'm Samriddhi K.C. and these are the headlines of the hour. Discussions between protesting teachers and government reach near agreement. Protest to continue until a conclusion is reached. Appointment of office bearers of several constitutional commissions hinders due to pending court cases. 13 positions vacant. Currently ruling coalition entangled in power sharing. Widespread power outages plunges parts of Spain into darkness, disrupting public transport and grounding flights. Spain declares a state of emergency in response to blackout. And Rajasthan Royals defeat the Gujarat Titans by 8 wickets in the ongoing Indian Premier League. 14-year-old Suryavanshi stars as he records a phenomenal century. The talks between the government and the Confederation of Nepalese Teachers have come close to an agreement. Discussions held late last night at the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology in Singhdarbar have brought them near a consensus. Minister for Education, Science and Technology Raghuji Pant led the government side to address the demands of the protesting teachers, while Lakshmi Kishore Subedi represented the Confederation of Nepalese Teachers. Minister Pant claimed that the talks were positive and close to an agreement. However, after the talks, General Secretary of the Confederation of Nepalese Teachers, Tul Bahadur Thapa, stated that although the talks were close to an agreement, no conclusion had been reached. General Secretary Thapa mentioned that the Teachers Federation is preparing to finalize the remaining issues today after internal discussions. The Teachers Federation has announced that the teachers' movement, which began on 2nd of April, will continue today for the 28th day. Protests and demonstrations occurring daily across the country are beginning to impact the police's regular operations. According to the Central Police data, over 150 protests and demonstrations have occurred in the first 2 weeks of Nepalese month of Baishak, primarily in Kathmandu Valley. The police's regular peace and security duties have been disrupted as resources are diverted to manage these protests. In Kathmandu alone, 28 protests were recorded in the first 13 days of Nepalese month of Baishak. Ongoing daily protests by teachers and doctors continue in the capital, while sit-ins and processions are being held in Koshi and Madhya provinces. Additionally, there were 163 lockdowns in Bagmati province and 13 sit-ins in Karnali. The police report that other regular operations have also been impacted due to the focus on these daily events. A case regarding appointments to various constitutional commissions and bodies made during KP Sharma Olis' tenure as Prime Minister in 2019 is pending in the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the terms of the officials appointed at that time have expired and positions are now vacant. Of the appointments made, the leadership of 6 bodies has ended and the remaining 7 positions are also vacant. However, the appointment process for new officials have been delayed due to a lack of agreement among the ruling coalition parties.
The 6-year term of Chief Election Commissioner Dinesh Kumar Thapalia ended on 18th of April and Ram Prasad Bhandari has been appointed Acting Chief Election Commissioner. Additionally, another position in the Election Commission remains vacant. The Madhesh Commission has also been leaderless since 19th of March after the term of Chairperson Vijay Kumar Datta ended. Jivacha Shah has assumed the role of acting chairperson. Moreover, the Inclusive Commission, National Nature and Finance Commission, Tharu Commission and Muslim Commission are also all without leadership. Despite 13 vacant positions, including 6 chairpersons in various constitutional bodies, the Constitutional Council led by the Prime Minister has yet to convene to fill these posts.
भागभण्डामै पनि मिल्न नसकिला कि भन्ने डर यी दुईटै डरहरूको कारणले पनि मलाई लाग्छ यो बैठक नभएको होला त्यसमध्ये अझ प्रमुख कुरा भनेको चाहिँ बहुमत नहोला कि आफूले भनेको मान्छे ल्याउन नपाइएला कि भन्ने डर नै हुन सक्छ होइन भने अरु कुनै पनि कारणले अहिले संवैधानिक परिषदको बैठक रोकिनुपर्ने म चाहिँ त्यस्तो देख्दिन.
The Constitution mandates that vacancies in constitutional commissions and bodies be filled within 1 month. However, the Constitutional Council, led by the Prime Minister, has not been operating in accordance with these provisions. Political pressure and influence over appointments have hindered the timely filling of these positions.
यति ठुलो बदमाशी र संविधानमाथि बिट्रे गर्ने काम गरेको छ कि त्यो सम्पूर्ण रूपमा राजनीतिक भागभण्डा छ. खास गरी संवैधानिक निकायले सर्वोच्च अदालतको प्रधान न्यायाधीश लगायत अरू संवैधानिक निकायको पदाधिकारीको नियुक्तिको लागि उनी सिफारिस गर्छ। अब जम्मै चिजमा नेपालका सत्तासँग जोडिएका दलहरूको लागि चाहिँ भाग चाहिनुपर्ने, अनि त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि मलाई लाग्छ यो प्रावधानलाई उहाँहरूले एकदमै तहस नहस बनाउनु भएको छ र यसको जुन खालको दर्शन थियो, जुन खालको मकसद थियो, त्यसलाई सबै उहाँहरूले रिफिट गरिदिनु भएको छ।
Constitutional commissions must function effectively to ensure a balance of power among state bodies. However, delays in appointments have created a situation that undermines good governance.
यी चीजहरु भएन भने सरकारको आर्बिट्रेरीनेस अथवा सरकारको आफू खुसी गर्ने प्रवृत्ति बढ्छ, जसले गर्दा त्यो विवादास्पद हुन्छ। संवैधानिक निकायले गरेकोमा कसैले विवाद गर्दैन, किनभने त्यो निष्पक्ष अङ्ग हुन्छ। त्यसैले यी अङ्गहरुमा नहुँदाको असर सुशासनमा असर पर्ने कुरो ज्यादै गम्भीर छ र असाधारण प्रभाव पर्छ।
The legal provision stipulates that the Constitutional Council chaired by the Prime Minister must include the Chief Justice, Speaker, National Assembly Speaker, Leader of the Opposition in the House of Representatives, and Deputy Speaker. However, the current composition of the Council is not favourable to the ruling party, as both the Speaker of the National Assembly and Deputy Speaker are aligned with the opposition. This has led to a stagnation in the appointment process for constitutional commissions and bodies.
The government is set to present its policies and programs for the upcoming fiscal year on 2nd of May. The decision has been made in the cabinet meeting held yesterday at the Prime Minister's official residence in Baluatar. According to the constitutional provision, the government's policies and programs will be made public by the President through a speech at a joint meeting of the Federal Parliament. Minister for Communication, Information and Technology Prithvi Subba Gurung informed that the cabinet meeting has requested the President to recommend publicizing the policies and programs in accordance with Article 95 of the Constitution. Discussions on the policies and programs presented in the Parliament will commence on May 5th. Separate discussions will be held in both houses of the Federal Parliament. After approximately a week of deliberation, Prime Minister KP Sharma Olis is scheduled to respond to the questions raised on the policy and program on May 11th. Likewise, the principles and priorities of the budget will be presented in the House of Representatives on the same day, that is May 11th. Discussions on the principles and priorities of the budget are scheduled to begin on 13th of May. Furthermore, Minister for Communication Gurung also stated that the talks with the protesting teachers have been positive. Speaking to reporters after the cabinet meeting, Minister Gurung informed that he had received information that the discussions held by the Minister of Education with the chairperson, vice chair and general secretary of the Federation were positive. He expressed hope that an agreement would be reached on the demands of teachers by tomorrow, creating an environment for the operation of schools. Welcome back. The subcommittee under the Parliamentary Accounts Committee has submitted its study report on the construction of Pokhara Regional International Airport, along with individuals' dissenting opinions from its members. The committee's report highlights irregularities at various stages of the Pokhara International Airport construction, beginning with cost estimation. While over 10 billion Nepali rupees is suspected to have been misappropriated, Coordinator Rajendra Ling then stated that the relevant authorities will investigate the matter. He added that the committee has concluded that corruption occurred in certain policy and procedural aspects.
22 अरब पुर्याइयो भनेको ठुलो अंकमा लागत एस्टिमेट बढाउने जुन काम भयो त्यसलाई हामीले भ्रष्टाचारको रूपमा अथवा अनियमितताको रूपमा औल्याएका छौं। त्यसलाई भ्रष्टाचार भनिन्छ कि, त्यसलाई अनियमितता भनिन्छ कि, त्यसलाई बेरुजु भनिन्छ कि, त्यो सम्बन्धित निकायले भनेको अख्तियारले अरु हेर्नुपर्ने सरकारको निकायले जहाँ हामी अब मूल समितिबाट सिफारिस गरेर पठाउँछौं त्यसले हेर्नुपर्ने विषय हो। तर हामीले त्रुटि औल्याइदियौं कि यहाँ त्रुटि देखियो।
UML lawmakers expressed concern over procedural shortcomings and the absence of consultation with relevant stakeholders, presenting differing views on the matter.
त्यसको मेथोडोलोजीको हिसाबले र त्यसमा संलग्न पक्षहरूको माथिको सोधपुछको प्रक्रियाको हिसाबले र भएका कागजपत्रहरूको पनि
अनुसूचीहरू पनि उल्लेख गरेर जानुपर्ने कुराको हिसाबले चाहिँ अझै प्रतिवेदन अलिकति अधुरो छ भन्ने हिसाबले मलाई लाग्यो।
A total of 24 billion Nepali rupees was spent on the construction of Pokhara Regional International Airport, which was completed and inaugurated in Nepalese month of March 2079. The subcommittee investigating the project, led by Rajendra Lingden, includes members Samriddhi K.C, Gokul Prasad Baskota, Janardhan Sharma, Amanlal Modi, Prem Bahadur Ale, Tara Lama, Deepak Giri, Dev Prasad Timalshina, and Ramkrishna Yadav. Meanwhile, the subcommittee studying Bhairahava Airport completed and inaugurated in Nepalese month of Chester 2079 BS at a cost of 30 billion Nepali rupees. This subcommittee, led by UML lawmaker Yogesh Bhattrai, comprises lawmakers Amresh Kumar Singh, Manish Jha, Achut Prasad Mainali, Vikram Pandey, Shyam Kumar Khimere, Manju Khad, and Saraj Ahmad Faruqi. Due to the significant state investment in both airports with limited returns, the Parliamentary Accounts Committee formed these subcommittees to investigate, monitor and report on the projects. A subcommittee of the Public Accounts Committee has revealed that nearly twice the required land was acquired in the construction of Gautam Buddha International Airport in Bhairahava. While over 10 billion rupees are reported to have been misappropriated during the construction of Pokhara Regional International Airport, another subcommittee has found similar land acquisition issues at Gautam Buddha Airport. Despite spending 3 times the expected amount of compensation, the airport's operation remains uncertain due to the lack of essential technical equipment. The subcommittee has been unable to determine whether the excess land acquisition was driven by commercial interest, the influence of interest groups, or other factors.
A total of 8.22 billion Nepali rupees was invested in the construction of Bhairava International Airport, intended as an alternative to Tribhuvan International Airport. However, compensation for the land acquired for the project amounted to 3 times the construction cost, totaling 23 billion Nepali rupees. While 450 bighas of land were sufficient, 700 bighas were acquired. A subcommittee under the Accounts Committee of Parliament found that the land, for which significant compensation was paid, has not been developed with the necessary infrastructure. The report also highlighted several issues, including a lack of adequate studies prior to the airport's upgrade, the absence of a commercial action plan for its construction and operation, and challenges with air route permits. The subcommittee concluded that diplomatic efforts for route approval, including the instrument landing system, were insufficient and that the promotion of commercial flights was hindered by the absence of incentives to attract national and international airlines.
एयरपोर्ट बनाइदिएको छ, जग्गा अधिग्रहण गरेको छ, भवन बनाइदिएको छ, नेताको छोराहरूलाई ठेक्का दिएको छ, त्यो सबै गरेको छ, तर टायर पञ्चरको चाहिँ छैन हैन। सो त्यो व्यवस्थापकीय कमजोरी त्यो भयो, भवनमा तदर्थवाद हाबी भयो, जग्गा अधिग्रहणमा चाहिँ अनावश्यक खर्च गरेर अधिग्रहण गरेको त्यो 3 वटा पक्ष कमजोर पाए।
National flag carrier Nepal Airlines Corporation, along with Jazeera Airlines, Fly Dubai, Thai Air Asia, Qatar Airways and others initially operated flights from Bhairava but suspended them shortly after due to the lack of a functional airport ecosystem. They identified issues with the visa center, labor office, passenger infrastructure and flight visibility as key challenges. A subcommittee under the Accounts Committee led by CPN-UML lawmaker Yogesh Bhattrai, former Minister for Tourism, during the airport's construction concluded that international flights will remain unfeasible unless the government develops a concrete action plan. However, the report remains incomplete. Bhattrai resigned from his position as coordinator on 21st of March following calls for his removal due to his prior role as Minister for Tourism. The subcommittee has yet to appoint a new coordinator.
सञ्चालनमा अहिले पनि कठिनाइ छ। अब केही विमानहरू बीचमा सञ्चालन गरियो, अलिकति फोर्सफुल्ली नै अलिकति बलपूर्वक नै सञ्चालन गर्ने कोसिस गरियो, तर त्यसले स्वाभाविक गति लिन सकेन। अब त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो विमानस्थल अहिले आवश्यकताको र औचित्यको चाहिँ विषयमा प्रश्न उठेको छ र आवश्यकता र औचित्य र सम्भाव्यताको अध्ययन नगरिकन राज्यको ठुलो लगानी गरियो भन्ने कुरा त त्यो त स्वाभाविकै छ।
Although the subcommittee raised concerns about the airport's operation, the government had already taken some initiatives, such as establishing a visa center and conducting health screenings for workers going abroad. However, due to the failure to implement these decisions, airlines have not resumed regular flights. The subcommittee now recommends that the government introduce a plan offering concessions and discounts to attract companies interested in developing Bhairawa International Airport as an alternative to Tribhuvan International Airport. It warns that if the airport remains non-operational, it will not only undermine the justification for acquiring property from 2,200 households, but also raise doubts about the state's investment.
That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.